Hello and welcome to Guild Ball TV, a brand new series for the channel, I guess. This is going to be coming out, hopefully, every Tuesday, where we get the time to meet up and record.
Yep.
I'm joined by Jay Finnegan. Woohoo!
Happy days.
He's been my host, as he's been my sort of Guild Ball partner for the past couple of weeks.
Certainly have.
So, what is Guild Ball?
Guild Ball is a very, 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 very good game. And that's it. Now, Guild Ball, effectively, it's a sports skirmish game, a war game. It obviously focuses on the game of football, but there is a lot of combat and fighting and scumbag tricks involved as well.
So, what you need to play Guild Ball, you need, well, a 3x3 pitch, which we'll show you in front of us soon, a team or a guild, some goals, some tokens to mark influence and things, which we'll explain later on, and some dice, as ever, with all these kind of games. You can get these from Slayer Gaming or your friendly local gaming store. Correct. And I think because this is quite short, we will go into the game.
Yeah,
I think.
Sounds good. Happy days.
Cool. Right, we'll see you in a sec. So for this game, I'm going to be using my Fisherman. I've got Shark, my captain here, my big guy Kraken, and my striker Angel. So hopefully lots of goals will be scored from the Fisherman. And we'll also have a look at the Brewers. And opposing them are going to be the Brewers. We've got Tapper, their captain there. We've got Friday, their striker, and their big guy Stave. So pretty much a mirror matchup of the characters in here, just to give you an intro to the game. We'll go into the setup and first turn now. So at the start of the game, both players roll a d6 and the highest gets to choose whether they're going to be a kicker or receiver. So the highest there went to the Fisherman, so they got a 3 and the Brewers got a 2. So the Fishermen are going to receive the ball, so the Brewers are going to kick to the Fisherman.
Cool. Let's see. So I will put the ball on Friday, who will make her base move of 6 inches before she kicks the ball. And she has a kick of 8 inches, but she's going to kick the ball just about there, just to keep it quite close to us at the moment.
So after she kicks the ball, a scatter token gets put down, and that will find out the ball's final destination.
So you roll a d6 for the direction.
So 4, so it'll travel down one of the vectors, which is number 4, pointing off this way here, and it'll go d6 inches that way. So the ball will be travelling 2 inches down that path. Cool. Then it begins the what is called the influence phase or the maintenance phase. The initiative phase. We'll get this. We'll get this right eventually. So the initiative phase here. Both players. The player with initiative does all the steps below. So resolve conditions. There's none because it's the start of the game. Allocate AC sponge tokens, which we'll come to later on. No one needs any. Return players to the pitch. Then we generate an influence pool. So as you can see on your screen here, each character generates a certain amount of influence, and you pool everyone's together. So for this team I've got out here, it's only a small team. They're going to generate 7. We can give them to anyone in the team, as long as they don't go up to their maximum number, which you can see here. So I'm going to split it nice and easily. Give 2 to everybody, and my leftover 1 I'll give to my captain, Shark. Then once I put mine down, then the opposing player who doesn't have initiative gets to put theirs down.
Cool. Yeah, again, I'm going to spread it out quite evenly. I generate 6, so I'm just going to put 2 on each character for this turn.
So now that's all done, we move into the actual game phase, and as the player with initiative, I get to move first. So I'm going to move Shark. You can see on here his base movement is 7 and he's got a sprint of 9. A sprint costs 1 initiative to do, but I'm not going to spend it because the ball's right in front of me here. I'm just going to jog forwards 3 inches, and the ball will immediately snap to me because there's no other players around. A snap to is a 1-inch ability. He's then going to play a bit of football. He's going to spend 1 initiative to pass the ball to my striker Angel. So as you can see on your screen here, he's got a kick value of 4, which means he gets 4 dice, and a range of 8 inches, which is easily enough. So you place the ball where I want it to go, then roll your dice, Unfortunately there, I did get a success. All you need is 1 4+. See that there. So that means the pass was successful. Angel now has control of the ball, and I generate something called a point of momentum. And momentum can be used for various different actions during the game, which we'll come on to later. Then Shark is going to, well, he's done his movement, so he's actually done there. He'll use one of his last two to give Kraken a play, which, as you can see on the screen now, is called Quick Foot. That will give Kraken +2/+2 move. And that is Shark's activation over, and you move on to the Brewers.
Okay, let's see. Let's do some measuring. My first activation is actually going to be I think I will activate Friday. So, as you can see on screen, work for Jamie, Friday has an ability called Shadow Light, which means at the start of her activation she can make a 2-inch dodge, which she will do, and then she's going to spend 2 influence to charge Angel.
Yep.
So a charge costs 2, and you can move your max move directly towards the model, and it results right there. And so a charge is basically an attack, but you also generate an extra 4 dice from your attack pool to the attack. So she's attack of 4 plus 4 dice for charging.
Yep. So Angel's defense, you can see, is 4+, and she has no armor. So any 4+s that Jay rolls are successes. So do you want to roll your dice?
Yeah.
So we'll take away all the fails.
So that's 4.
So 4 successes.
Excellent.
Now on screen you can see the playbook here. You
Yep.
must do what you're doing. Each column that you go along gives you a different result, which you can see in your rulebook, or if you download the rulebook you'll know what they are. So Jay will pick one of his 3, and because he's actually got 4, he will get to choose again on the first column. So he'll get 2 opportunities to do things.
So I am going to do, let's see, I will do a momentous 2 damage and a momentous tackle.
So Angel will take 2 damage. You see at the bottom her health goes down by 2, and she also then lost the ball because Friday tackled her. I could have made a reaction with momentum, but I didn't think it's worthy in this point in the game. I'd rather keep my momentum for later on.
Yeah.
So that's Friday's activation done. It now becomes back to the Fisherman. And I will activate Kraken, who is going to make just a base free move forwards. He's going to walk to there. Does she have unpredictable movement? If so, I'll go on base.
No, she doesn't.
And then he will spend 1 to make an attack. So attack is, as you can see, just his regular 5 attack dice. There's no bonuses because it's not a charge. So he rolls these 5.
Friday is defense 4+ with 1 armor.
Yep. And also, I get a bonus dice for crowding out, which is essentially a bonus attack dice for beating up on someone. So
I am going to counter attack.
So what Jay's done is spent his momentum to counter attack, so that if he loses the ball, he can hopefully attack again to get it back. So roll the dice. Defense
4+ with 1 armor.
So here I got 3 successful hits, but armor will always take away 1 of them. So I got 2 successful hits. As you see on Kraken's playbook, he has got something called KD, which is a knockdown on 1. So he will knock her down. Put a token on to represent it, and the ball will scatter from her. So when using a scatter, it's different to the first one. This is just a general scatter, so it can go in any direction, and that will go around the player towards the active player's goal. There's 1. So it's going to go in the 1 towards my goal, 1 inch. So the ball will go. Where is it gone?
To there, yeah.
There. Then obviously she's been knocked down, so she can't actually make another attack.
Yep, so counter attack fails.
So her counter attack fails, and I will use my second point of influence to make another attack while she's on the floor.
Yep.
3, 4, 5. 6 dice again. When on the floor, you have -1 defense. This time it's 3s with 1 armor.
Correct.
So 2 miss. Got 4 successes. one of them from armor, so 3 hits, and Kraken will do 2 damage, non-momentous.
So, me, let's see. Next, I'm going to activate. I think I'll activate Tapper.
Yep.
All I can do is literally sprint up, which will cost me 1, and the other one is wasted. There's not much else I can do.
Yep.
So that is Tapper's activation done.
Okay. Then it goes back to Fisherman, and Angel is going to sprint. She's got 8 inches. She go in a straight line over to here, and as she goes past the ball, it will click to her. And because this player's on the ground, there's no competition. So that was 1. And then she's going to pass the ball again, just to try and generate some momentum. Back to Shark for 1. So 4 dice with a single 4+,
Oof, just.
which came at the end. And I will use that to make an instant move, a bit of teamwork, called pass and go.
Yeah, you can use the momentum that you gain from making a pass to either make the person who passed the ball or receive the ball make a 4-inch dodge.
Yeah. So Shark's going to push himself forwards for next turn.
Cool stuff. So my last activation is Stave, and he's going to do the thing that he does very well. Okay. Goes 2. So he's going to move his base move, which is 4 inches, to here, and then he's going to use an ability which Jamie loves called Lob Barrel.
Yep.
Which has a 6-inch range.
So you can see this on your screen now. It costs 2 to do, so that's what he was using his 2 for.
It's a 3-inch AoE, and if successful, the models are pushed 4 inches directly away from the centre and are knocked down.
So 6 inches.
So I am going to place the barrel. I'm actually going to place it there.
There. Cool.
I'll pop a small dice in just so you can see the centre of the
effect.
thing. So I will roll 2 dice because that's what the ability costs.
Yep. So when using a play or an ability, you generate a dice pool based on how much influence it costs. Then you're going to roll those dice, and you go off the defender's or the target's defense if it's not on your team. So a single 4+, and this play will happen. So yep, 1
that
4+
goes off.
there.
So Shark is knocked 4 inches directly away from the middle, and he is knocked down, which again will cause the ball to scatter.
So again, get those in there.
Yep. So I'll roll.
Do you want to
I'll
roll?
roll a dice for direction, which is a 3.
3, so coming back this way. And how far?
6 inches. Ugh, not the best.
6 inches. The ball will end up right there.
Yep.
And then I'm pushed back 4 inches away. And then knocked down. Okay, and that is the end of the turn. So, as you can see, the Fishermen have 2 momentum left unspent, and the Brewers have 1. So, essentially, for you strategy battle gamers out there, this becomes what is basically a priority roll, and we get to add these numbers to our dice roll. So, let's see what we get. So I get a 2, which goes up to a 4. You got a 4, which goes up to a 5.
Excellent.
So the Brewers can now choose if they want to go first or second.
I will activate first.
So the Brewers are going to choose to go first. So, like last time, they're going to generate their influence pool and then distribute it out, and then I'll do the same on my side. Do you want to?
Yep. Okay, so I've assigned my influence, and I am going to activate first. And the first person I'm going to activate is, let's see, I think I'll go with Friday.
Okay.
Now, because she's knocked down, you can sacrifice your move for the turn to stand up, so that's the first thing she's going to do. Actually, sorry, no, Shadow-like is the first thing she's going to do. At the start of her activation, she can make a 2-inch dodge, which will get her to there. Unfortunately, it's not close enough to the ball to snap 2, which is what I was playing for. But never mind. So she sacrificed her movement to stand up.
Yep.
So she will spend her first influence to attack Kraken.
Yep.
So she is a attack of 4, and if you look at Kraken's card, I'm going to need a
2+.
2+.
And he has 1 armor.
1 armor. So that's 3 successes and -1 for armour, so that is 2. So I will do a right is push. Left,
Yes.
Right is push. Down. I will do a momentous 2 damage.
2 damage. So Kraken's got an ability called Tough Hide, which reduces all damage done to him by 1, by playbook damage or cause damage. So he takes 1 damage, and the Brewers gain a point of momentum.
Okay, I will then. I'm going to use an ability off Friday's card that you'll see on screen to use Dirty Knives, and I'm going to aim that at Angel.
Yep.
If successful, it's -1 defense, 1 damage, and a poison condition.
Okay.
So I will roll.
You need 4 pluses.
4 plus.
Successful.
Yep, that's successful.
Poison. So 1 damage. And what was the other condition? -1 defense.
-1 defense.
Okay, so then it comes back to the Fisherman's turn, and I will activate Kraken first. And firstly, he's going to spend 1 influence to attack Friday. So he gets 5 dice, defense 4.
Defense 4 plus,
with 1
1 armor.
So we get only 1 success, which is then taken away from the armor, so nothing successful that turn. Spend this again to do another attack, which is a little bit better. We got 2 successes, 1 goes from armor, so he is going to knock her down and gain a momentum. He's then got his movement, which is basic 4, so he will snap the ball 2, run 3 forwards, and unsnap the ball an inch away.
Okay, cool. Me. Let's see. I am going to move. See, you have momentum. That's tricky. Unfortunately, I've done some bad positioning, so I am literally just going to sprint Tapper to there for his 1, and that is him done.
Okay.
So back to the Fisherman.
Back to the Fisherman. So the Fishermen are going to spend their 1 momentum they've got currently on Shark to make him stand up for free, so he's still got his regular move. And he is then going to charge, which has got 9 inches in a straight line at the big man. So he's going to go straight forwards. That costs him 2 to do. So as you can see, Shark has an attack of 6, 5, 6, and then he gets +4 for charging in. And what's the defense of big man?
Stave's defense is 2 plus with no armor.
So just 2s to make successes. Take away the fail, so 1 misses, so 9 hits. Then on screen is Shark's card currently. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he will get to do 1 from any of the columns and then 1 from the first 3. So we shall use a knockdown for the first one.
Cool.
It's non-momentous. And then we shall use Gut and String on the character I'm playing against. And he suffers -4 movement and -1 defense.
Lovely.
Then I use my second one to make another attack. So that's back down to 6 because I'm not charging. And his defense can't go down below 2, so if he does go down below, I get an extra dice, which is actually 2 extra dice because he's on the floor. -1 defense from the play and -1 for being down.
Yep.
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 So 2s again. So this time all of them hit, so 8. We shall 8 use Tidal Surge on the model itself to push him 4 inches away, and then I shall use my other one to make a 2-inch dodge forwards 2 that way.
Cool.
And that generated in total 1, 2, 3, 4 momentum, 3 momentum. And that is the end of Shark's turn.
So, I've only got stage left to activate. He's -4/-4 move.
Yes, he is.
Okay, so his jog is actually now 0.
Yep.
He may charge, which would give him 2 inches.
Engaged by me.
Of course he is. He's not charging. I do know the rules. He will sacrifice his advance to stand up.
Yep.
And he will use his ability again. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. So he will lob the barrel, and he's literally going to put it there just to get Shark away from him. Shark is going to go directly away, basically.
Yeah, okay.
So, actually, no. Yeah.
There?
Yep.
Okay.
So, 2 dice to see if it's successful on a 4+.
It is.
Just.
So
that goes off.
It's 4 inches away, and it's then, once again, knocked down.
And that cost Stave both of his momentum. So that's me done.
So it goes to Angel next. That's the last player with influence. She is going to sprint forwards 8 inches and on the way pick up the ball. Which is the ball there. She's going to use one of the abilities, such as on screen, for momentum to help out the player. It's called Come On Mate. So any friendly player within 8 inches can remove a condition, but it costs 2 momentum to do. So Shark is going to stand up. And then she is going to make a pass to Shark with her last point, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 dice, which is successful. And then Shark is going to make a 4-inch dodge using that momentum just gained from the pass to go forwards 4.
Yikes.
And that is the end of this turn, so we'll go into the next turn.
Yep.
So at the end, we both have 1 influence left, 1 momentum left each.
Correct.
So essentially a straight roll to see who gets to go first or second. 5. And I will be going first as the fisherman.
Okay.
So influence has been allocated. 3's on Shark, 2 and 2, as has been for the entire game pretty much. So I won initiative, so I'm going to activate with Shark. Now when you actually take a shot at goal, you can see his kick is 4 and his range is 8. So although he's got a clear shot on goal, a mechanic in the game is that you need momentum to be able to shoot, and it stops sort of this first turn shooting. So he's going to need to generate momentum before he can shoot. So he's going to spend 2 to make a charge action against the big man Stave. He's going to do it in a straight line. He's getting an end up there. So just like last time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4 for charging, needing 2s.
Correct.
So take out the misses, so 1 misses, so we've got 11 successes, which we shall use to tidal surge the big man 4 inches away, which generates a momentum, that disengages me. So that's 1, so 1, 2, 4, 5, and then I shall make a 1-inch dodge backwards a little bit to gain another point of momentum. So he's up to 2. For his last point of influence and a momentum that's just been gained, he'll take a shot on goal. There. So he's got a kick value of 4. I'm going to spend another momentum to add an extra dice to the pool, so using some extra time. So a single 4+ and he scores a goal, which is successful, so that's 4 victory points to the fisherman.
Yeah.
And I also generate another point of momentum for scoring a goal, which I am not going to spend to do anything, because you can make a special move after it. That's his activation over, and we now do a goal kick back onto the field.
Yep, so with a goal kick, I can put the ball anywhere within 10 inches of my goal, and I intend on putting it there.
Yeah. So after it's been bounced back in, it then scatters away.
So it's going in the direction at 5.
It's going 5, so it's going towards the captain.
And
how many inches?
3 inches.
So perfectly just in place for the captain to pick it up during his activation there.
Lovely.
Then we go on to the Brewers' turn.
Okay, so let's see. The ball will snap to the captain in his activation, with it being an inch away. He is going to... The captain is actually going to going to advance to there.
Yep.
And he's going to hit Kraken.
Hit Kraken.
So he's going to spend 1 to attack Kraken.
Yep.
So he is a attack of 6.
Yep. And Kraken's defense is 2+ with 1 armor. 2s are needed. So there's 1 miss and 1 goes away for armor. So he's got 4.
4 successful hits.
Yep.
So I'll have a look at his card. And he will do a momentous knockdown.
So he's going to knock down the big man. Where's the big one gone? So Kraken is knocked down, and the Brewers gain a point of momentum.
He is then going to, let's see. I think I'm going to pass the ball into space.
Pass it into space. So when passing into space, it's not like normal where you kick straight to a player. So you'll pick a point when the ball wants to go. So he's got a kick of 6.
I'm going to just put the ball there.
Put the ball there. Cool. So then he has to make a kick roll to see if he can make a successful re-roll on the scatter dice. So what's his kick?
Tapper has a kick of 3.
3. So he needs a single 4+. So the kick is successful. So if he doesn't like the result from this scatter, he's now able to re-roll it.
So it's
in a 6.
6 by
3 inches.
I think I'll keep that.
Keep that. Yeah, that looks good for you. So 3 inches. The ball ends there.
Yeah, correct. And with that, that's Tapper's activation done.
So it goes back to the fishes. Fishes have 1 momentum, which we will use to make Kraken stand up for free. Now I'm currently engaged by the captain, so I'm going to hit him first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Tapper is 3+ with 1 armor.
3+ with 1 armor. So 3 successful hits, 1 negated from armor, so 2 hits. We shall momentously knock him down. So back up to 1. And then he's got his regular move of 4, which will not be enough to snap to, so he's going to roll 4 forwards here. And then he's going to hit Friday as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defense 3, 1 armor with her this time. So 4 hits, down to 3. And Kraken will 1, 2, 3. He's got an ability, so he will harpoon the captain into base contact with him for a point of momentum.
Excellent. So I'm going to activate Friday.
Yep.
There's Shadow Lag, so at the start of her activation, she makes a 2-inch dodge.
Yep.
Which will just put her to the ball there.
Yep.
She will sacrifice her moving to stand up to remove the knockdown condition. Let's see.
So the ball then snaps to her.
So she will use the first one to attack Kraken with a attack of 4.
Yep.
So she needs 2+ with 1 armor.
Yep. So 3 successes.
-1 for armor, so 2. She will push him an inch away. Directly from her.
That'll disengage him, so she gets an easier shot this time.
And then she will spend her last influence to take a shot on goal.
Yep.
So she isn't engaged. Being engaged and things like that do actually add a modifier to the dice to make it hard to score.
Yep.
But by pushing him away, she's okay. So she has a kick of 3, and 1 4+ will score the goal, which will also cost me momentum. Yes.
So, success there. The goal is scored. It's 4 each. And the ball then bounces right back into play. As you might have noticed earlier, there's no reset for scoring a goal. You just continue playing. So I'll have the ball bounce out in that direction. And then we'll scatter it. Which direction? On the 4. And 2 inches. So down to there. And it's my activation. So Angel has got a base move of 6. She'll run 2 inches to there, snap 2, and then 4 forwards. Now I'm going to see if she can make a shot by herself, which she can do. So she'll spend an influence to make an ability on her card, which you can see on screen, called Super Shot. It gives a +1 dice and +2 inches to her kick value. So suddenly she becomes a very good scorer. She's got kick 5, so 5 dice, spend a momentum, and spend another 1 to make an extra dice. So 6 dice, the 10-inch range, needing a single 4+ to score a goal.
She scores a screamer.
So, if she scores, because she got 2 6s, it counts as a screamer, and that's worth 2 momentum. So she'll spend one of them to run back 4 inches this way.
That's the game, I believe.
Oh yeah, short version.
Carry on.
Yeah. Carry on till 12, yeah.
We'll play to, usually when you're playing 3x3, you play to 8 VPs, but I think we'll go to 12.
We'll go to 12, see a bit more of the game.
Yeah. Okay, so as usual again, I will kick the ball straight out, and I'm going to place it there.
Yep.
I'll scatter it as normal. So the ball is going in the direction of 5 by 5 inches.
It's flying up the pitch.
So the ball takes off, which is pretty interesting to be set there at the end of the turn. So it's now my activation.
Yep.
And I have to activate Stave. He's the last model. Stave will. Let's see. So Stave is going to spend 1 to attack Angel.
Yep.
So attack of 6, and he will need
4s, but she has no armour.
excellent. So
So 1 success.
1
That
success,
was an awful roll.
and then with armour it becomes
no,
none.
she's got no armour.
Oh, no armour. That's
Yep.
okay then.
Got a knockdown.
So 1 success, he will momentously knock her down, which is what I was playing for. The beauty of knocking someone down is if you move out of a player's control zone normally, they will get to attack you for free, but by knocking them down it gives you the ability to just move out. So Stave is now going to move, yeah, he can. No, he's going to sprint to there, and by doing so the ball will snap too.
Yep.
For his last influence, and that's all the models activated.
That's the end of a turn. So both of us have ended this turn with 1 influence each. So again, just a straight roll to see who gets the first turn next time. Oh, pipped. So I shall take first turn influence next time. So we'll come back after we've generated and allocated the influence. So we've come back after the maintenance phase, but some things we should say during it. Each time, I've not yet taken poison off Angel, so she's been taking 2 health, which will be on the screen as you can see in the cards. But she's been taking 2 damage every time for being poisoned by that dirty knife earlier. Also, I've scored 2 goals, so I've gained an extra point of momentum for each one of them. Influence, sorry, which has been shoved onto Shark because he can take it. And yeah, I think that's all of it, isn't it?
That's everything, I think, for the maintenance phase, yeah?
Okay, so start the turn. Oh, sorry, I'm tripping. I'm going to activate Kraken. He's going to walk there. He's going to hit Friday.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice.
Friday is 4+1 armour.
All the hits.
Ouch.
So 4 successes. Kraken will do 3 damage.
So Friday takes 3.
And then he will hit her again. So 1, 2, 3, 1 armour. Kraken will do 2 damage to her.
Okay, so Friday's took a lot of damage now. She's down to 5 health remaining.
Yep.
So, my activation. I am going to spend...
I did press play, didn't I? Yeah.
We're good. We're going. Not talking to myself. So, I will activate Stave first.
Yep.
First thing he's going to do is kick the ball upfield. Now Kraken's activated, I know it's quite safe just to get the ball up there. So his kick is 6 inches, and he will kick it in a straight line there.
Yep. So is it a successful kick? The big guys tend to not be very good at kicking.
Yeah, unfortunately there's a kick of 1, so it's a 50-50, and he fails the kick.
So all that means when kicking in space is that he doesn't get to re-roll this scatter dice.
I also don't gain momentum because it was a failed kick.
Yeah.
So it scatters in the 6.
Yep, this way.
By 1 inch.
Oh, so not terrible. 1 inch, so just place it there.
Excellent. So that costs Stave 1, and he will spend his remaining 2 to charge Angel.
Yep.
So he will charge there. Worth noting as well, it's not like the Lord of the Rings, you don't have to be in base contact. Every model has a different melee range, which is what you use for combats.
Melee range is sort of like a control zone in Lord of the Rings. You can fight anything in your control zone, is how I've explained it to others.
Yeah, so Stave has attack of 6, and he gets 4 more for charging.
Yep. Her defense is 4+ with no armour.
So it will be 3+ because she's knocked down.
That's correct.
So 3.
So 2, 3 misses.
They miss. So he has 7 successful hits.
Yeah. I'll bring up the playbook on the screen now for Stave. Yeah, I've got 5.
Okay, so I will do a momentous 3 damage.
Yep, so 3 damage.
A normal 1 damage.
1 damage.
So unfortunately I couldn't quite take her out, but she is down to 1 health.
Down to 1 health, okay.
And I will gain a momentum for that.
Yep.
And that is Stave's activation done, because
Okay.
he spent 2 to do the charge.
So for me now, I've got to try and get Angel away from there. So I've not got any momentum actually, I need to get some momentum to move. I'll do the Shark first. Shark is going to give her for 2 quick foot, so she gets +2/+2 move. Try and get herself away. +2. So that was 2 done. He'll move forwards. His base move 7 to there, and I'm going to try and do some damage on the big guy. So attack 6 dice, needing 2s for one of these. 5 hits will do 3 damage.
So Stave also has tough hide, so that's actually reduced to 2 damage.
5. Oh yeah, sorry. Another one. I'll hit him again. 5 hits. We'll do another 2 damage to you. So actually 2, yeah.
Okay.
And last one. We'll try and gain some momentum on this one, just so that we can get the little less up and running. 3, 4 miss of 2. We shall do a 1-inch dodge away to get some momentum, so she can stand up next time. So 1 momentum there.
Cool. Okay, so I am going to activate Friday.
Yep. So Friday, little lady down here.
She will. She's the striker for my team. She's great, so she'll make her 2-inch dodge at the start of her activation to start the ball 2. She's then just going to jog. Is she in Kraken's melee? She's out of Kraken's melee range, so she's just going to jog to here.
Yep.
And she will take a shot on goal.
Shot and goal. So that cost the momentum that he's earned earlier on from from Stave.
And she has a kick of 3, so needing a single 4+.
Single 4+ to do it. And there's a goal.
Just about does it. So that's another goal for the Brewers.
So 8-8. And we shall bounce the ball back out this way. 10 inches.
I will spend the momentum that I gained for scoring the goal to make Friday do a 4-inch dodge. Now, she has an influence left, but when you score a goal, it ends your activation, so that is wasted this turn.
So the ball scatters on the 6, 2 inches.
Nice. That's quite good.
Just that way. Okay, so for Angel, I'm going to show you how. What are they called? What are they called? I've forgotten. Parting blows work. Yep. So I'm going to spend the momentum I have in the bank to remove conditions. So it will remove poison and will remove her knockdown. And she's now going to try and run to the ball to grab it and hopefully score another goal. So first things first, she's going to run out of his zone. So as soon as she gets out, she'll take parting blows.
So Stave gets to make a basic attack for 3. He's crowding out and stuff doesn't count as well, so it's just attack 6 attack.
+2 when parting blows is
correct.
So she's defense 4. All of them hit.
Ouch.
Wow.
So
Painful.
Stave will do 3 damage to ensure that she is taken out.
So she's taken out. So she's taken off the pitch, damaged, and that scores 2. And should we call that game 10, I think?
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
think we've shown everything now.
Excellent.
So that's 10-8 to the Brewers. I think we've gone through pretty much all the things that can happen.
Yeah, there'll be some
all the
proper
basics.
battle reports soon, definitely.
Cool. So I hope you enjoyed it. We'll go into a match report.
Yeah.
You wouldn't call it a post-battle breakdown.
We'll work on the name.
We need to work on the name for these things. We'll go into a match report or something of that ilk. So, welcome to the match report. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope it give you a sort of an understanding of how the game works and how it flows. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it's a very good game. I've not played a 3x3 for a while. It is very good to demonstrate the basic mechanics of the game and how the game moves, and obviously the reaction from the goal scoring. It gets the ball moving a lot faster.
Yeah.
It becomes a lot more interesting when you play a full 6x6 team, just with the amount of models on the pitch, obviously as well. A lot of the players have synergy with each other. It does make it a lot more interesting and a much more dynamic game, which is good.
Yeah. So for this match, I think we did some stuff purposefully, which I'm sure you can tell towards the end. We wanted to sort of get actions in, so like Angel running away,
Correct, yeah.
getting killed or getting taken off the pitch. That was purposefully done. Making sure the goals were scored, so we can see that sort of bouncing around the pitch, making sure the ball's moving. The characters in this teams can pin each other down quite well. But we thought if they're just stuck in one corner of the board, it's not going to be as interesting to watch.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I hope you enjoyed the fact that we took some time to make it a game. Yeah, the fishermen themselves did what they do best and score all the time.
Fishermen are just they're probably the best team at just playing
For
out
playing
and out
the
football.
ball.
It's
Yeah.
very rare that you will take damage from a fisherman team, whereas with the Brewers, they're very much, they will control the middle of the table, they can absorb a lot of damage and dish it out. But the fishermen are a very nimble team who are just goal scoring, which you see more in a full 6x6 game.
Yeah. Cool. So
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have an idea of how the game goes, and if you're interested in getting in, we'd love to see you down at the Northwest Gaming Centre. We're thinking of running a tournament actually later.
Certainly
on in
are,
the
yeah.
year. I'll start dropping that in early. But yeah, so we actually need a sign off for this Tuesday segment because we can't really say Happy Strategy Battle Gaming. We need something sort of a bit more sport related, really. I think for this
Yeah.
game. So make sure you comment
to
down
you.
below, and we'll pick out the best one, and we shall use that as we have done with Happy Strategy Battle Gaming and First Age subscribers and all the other catchphrases on the channel. So be sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe
Support your Guild Ball hobby.
for now, and happy something. Cool. Right.
See you later.
Make sure you comment. We need one.